Okay, if I'm trying to defend the short plant from the balcony, one of the first things I can do is just aim right about here on the hinge, somewhere in the upper part of the hinge, and just bounce it off the door and just use that for a free little peek at the bomb site here. And anybody involved in any kind of defusal attempt, if they're looking my way when I'm peeking, they're going to be flashed. I can drop a nade right on top of the bomb by aiming right about here on the door. And just run forward and bounce it off the wall. And that's nice. The molly, unfortunately, doesn't work exactly the way I'd hope. You put it in the exact right spot, and it's still, maybe it might not spread over to here. I mean, sometimes, a lot of times it does, but it might not spread to where this guy might have a reach at the bomb. So that's something to think about. From this spot over here, I can crouch, and I'm aiming right here at the bottom of that diamond on the carpet right there. And jump throw. While crouched, molly or nade, same thing. Puts in the right spot. This is better spread. Still might be a 5 or 10% chance that it could leave that guy an option. It's tough to do it perfect from that angle. A couple flashes from here. Just below this mailbox here. Above and right of the scooter. In this section here. Just aim right in the middle of that ledge. Just about right. Or if I got a teammate that's pushing short, or I want to flash it slightly different way, I can aim right about here. In this area. So that's one way here, or another way aiming right there. Neither of them are going to flash me until I come out the door. They flash slightly different spots, but just about the same. And obviously, if I got a guy coming up short, my guy, that won't be preferable if we're both going to peek at the same time, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so last spot, just come up to here. Just aim somewhere above this strike plate. Somewhere around here is fine. Molly or nade, those work great. And I can do a simple flash like that to peek out wide on that. That does what it's supposed to do. So that's a simple one. Could also aim just off to the wall a little higher. Have it go up behind the wall. But my new favorite thing is you could either aim like this, just here at the door frame, right just to the side of where it meets the that roof. Not the gutter, but the roof. And then just crouch and you're right in the right spot. Or you can crouch and aim right here for a flash. And kind of peek, maybe not peek that wide, but or I can just aim like this, crouch and then throw. Peek like that, that's about perfect. Flashes anybody who could be looking at me except for this one spot here. And I could even peek out wider on it because I'm not going to get flashed till way out here. So that's another thing. Also, you can molly mini pit. Not for this situation, but I just found that today and I think it's great. I'll start off top mid from the safety of the boiler. And for the molly, I'm just aiming up at the antenna thereabouts. Run forward a little bit or a lot of bit. Doesn't matter. You'll get this perfect spread every time. As long as you're close. For the nade, I'm aiming at the shadow here. You see that little lump in the shadow there? Aiming at that and then down a little bit just to get a little extra distance. Aiming there, running forward and jump throwing. Positioning doesn't have to be perfect. It'll put it in the right spot. A couple flashes from here. The first one, this is pretty good. Aim right here at the bend in this first railing. And just throw that and then run out. Something like on this line. Note. You can flash yourself if you're trying to, if like you're hugging this back wall, but so just don't do that. Just don't try to flash yourself and you won't. Or you can aim at the bottom of that pillar there. I'll just throw the two of these so we can look at them. And I can come out on that, just follow behind that. And they do about the same. The only thing is this one doesn't get this guy if he's right here. The other one does. Other than that, they're pretty similar. Give me a chance to peek this stuff. That's what I'm trying, obviously. So from out here, I come over here. Once I see this bench or this down spot, I know I'm plenty wide enough that I can look up and find that rafter that's underneath the antenna. Aim at the middle of that, and that's where I'm aiming for the molly. Run forward a little bit. You don't have to run that far. Anywhere around there is good. The nade, I'm just aiming at the edge of the flower pot. Run forward, and it'll go where it needs to go. A couple good flashes here. This one's probably the perfect flash for this situation. Right over top of this blue or gray circle. right at the very top middle of it is about the perfect aim. You just aim there, and then I can peek this however I want. I can go all the way wide here. I'm not gonna flash myself no matter where I go. I mean, just about. Again, I could try to flash myself, but it'd be hard. And that gets most everything. And maybe this guy's here again, but who cares about him? Gets everything on this line, so I can check this. Anybody who could be here diffusing, try looking my way, they'd be flashed. And one more quicker way to do that is by aiming about here. I see this marble on the wall here. See that? I'm circling it, and there's this little swirl in it. So I can find that real quick. And to the right of that, there's a little white spot, and above that is a gray area with a little dot in it. Aim no higher than the dot, but anywhere around there is good. You do that perfectly. I can peek this however I want. Same as the other one, except this one's a little bit easier to line up, quickly and push out on. I mean, I can come up to here even, however. And that flashes just about everybody you can ask it to flash. Everything on this angle. It's almost cheating. For whatever reason you wanted to molly from here, the short plant, just aim at this this light spot over top of the lion's crown. Somewhere just off to the right of that is perfect. Now, if you want to do it perfectly every time, you can just shift walk and jump throw somewhere between, like where it changes from white to orange, and just right before it touches it can touch the king's helmet there, or helmet, the king's crown. It can touch the crown, I mean, before you jump throw it without hitting the roof, but I wouldn't push your luck. Now, you don't need to shift walk. You can do it by yourself. Just aim in here and then just jump throw sometime before it gets to the bottom of the wood is about perfect. If it goes a little bit too far, it'll land on top of here, and that's still going to be perfect spread. If it goes a little farther still, it'll pop over here, and it'll spread real nice, but there's a chance it might not spread all the way to the edge of the barrels here and won't be quite as pretty. But it's easy enough to do. You can, if you underthrow it, though, you can clip the roof. But that's easy enough that it's worthwhile, I guess. Now, most of the time, I probably wouldn't need to, but if I do want to molly the short plant from here, I can aim right here at the top of this white thing on the wall. Jump throw, take a look at the site while I'm doing it, throw a flash, and then peek out and take a look. Because maybe my teammates die suddenly, and now it's a 1v3, and I got to defend from here. In that case, I'll take every advantage I can get from my nades. Now, if I aim right here at that spot, run forward, bounce it off the wall, drop it on top of the bomb, that's pretty good. Could do the same thing with a molly, too, I guess. Just aim a little higher. That would be fine. And, okay, moving on to the flashes, I can do the same one from either side here. From here, I can't see what I'm doing. I am right there. Right between these two little leaves, right in that little spot right there. And from the wood here, I just aim right here at the bottom middle of this flower. Just like that. So aim there, throw, peek it however I want. Same thing from over here. I can peek it this way if I want, it doesn't really matter. It lands up top here, where it doesn't flash anything from here up to at least here. Everything else behind here, they're all going to be flashed by it, unless they're here where it's behind that pillar there. But most everything's going to be flashed, and I'm not going to be flashed. And I can peek it however I want. I can jump right out on it if I want. I can't flash myself. Now, if I want to peek this direction, I can do aiming right there, or aiming just below the top of this board right here. So I do that one, peek around here. I can't flash myself at all with that one. Or do this one here and just peek it so I don't flash myself. You should flash most everyone looking at me. Trying to go near that bomb. Including this way too. Okay, smokes for CT real quick. Crouch, aim right at the middle of this black spot here. From back here. And from up here I can just crouch, aim right about here on that dot, stand up and jump throw. That's just easier that way. Should be good placement every time. But the other one's up here. Aim right there, stand, jump, throw. Maybe a little bit to the right. Because it'll be close now, but it's fine. Perfect. One flash I forgot is from this wall here, crouch, and right about here at the bottom of this white brick somewhere. Right about there is fine. Anywhere in that area. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. And this flash is most of short here, except for around the corner. And yeah, not back here on the site, but if he's trying to defuse, I'll push it up to it. That could help.